Elio guys, and welcome back. Hopefully everyone's doing well here today. So Beach Muse Siren is in the game, or Siren shall I say, and right before we do her review, let's slide over here to the shop real quick just in case you guys didn't pick up on it, because some of you guys might be seeing this later than others. But anyways, if you slide over here to the shop, they have a little sale going on. It's 1,000 gold. We get to skip ads, which is a package that they're kind of selling out here nowadays. We also get a gleam egg. There's some high water fruit. You guys can read, but the main selling point of this is just getting that 10+1 summon ticket. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention before we dive into our next summer exclusive. I thought Midsummer Miho was coming back, but I guess they were like, you know what, Chief? Nah, not happening here. So we do have Siren instead, or Siren. I keep going in between those, but yeah, she looks cool. I mean, it looks weird because she has actual like appendages like humans now versus her tail, but you know, at the end of the day, it's just a game. I guess she still classifies as a monster. She's just in humanoid form. I don't know, but let's go and check her out here. So we do have the fire version of Beach Siren. She's a defender type, and she's coming in with 28k HP, 2.4k attack, nearly 2.5k, and then 3.5k defense. She's a defender. Her HP pool is fine, defense is fine. Attack doesn't really matter, but it's actually okay as a defender, so I'm down with those stats. And keep in mind too, I do believe she's going to be exclusive towards this event right here. I thought Midsummer was coming back, as stated before, but that may or may not be the case. So if you're looking to get any of these baby girls, then I implore you to go ahead and save your gems up now, because I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but she may never come back. I don't know for sure. I just played a video game. But taking a look at her skills, so for her 3-star skill, there's attack down, 90% chance to reduce the enemy's attack for 2 turns. That's great. And then for the 5-star skill, it's offense and defense, where not only is your attack power increased, but also your defense for 2 turns. That's also a newer skill that we've had introduced kind of recently into the game, if you count like 6 to 9 months recently. And then she also comes in with the defensive stance leader skill, where she decreases enemies attack power by 35 to 40%. So variant isn't too bad whatsoever, because the lovely Curas have that lead as well, if I'm remembering correctly, and that is totally Smiley Face Gaming here. So that leader skill, I'm down with that. But let's take a look at the skill books real quick, and we'll kind of discuss how useful these skills would be. So attack down does get a 10% damage increase, and it goes up to, what was that, like 90% or 100%? 100% for 3 turns. And then offense and defense gets a recovery up bonus and goes up to 3 turns. Not bad for books, but once again, this is an investment to an exclusive Nat 5. But her overall usage, man, like attack down, that attack down already, you don't really need to book that up. 90% chance for 2 turns is pretty nice. And then the offense and defense too. I don't think this will be a super big game changer in terms of Wood Titan, because Fire Shinobi does apply attack down already. But if you don't have a Fire Shinobi for whatever reason, maybe you just started the game out here, once again, this could be useful. Just keep in mind too that she is a defender, meaning actually it says right here she actually heals. Okay, we'll have to see how potent those heals are. But outside of that, in terms of like the Apophis dungeon, or in terms of any other content, I do think this is just a great addition overall, just because we now have a mon that can do attack up and defense up all in one, and the attack down comes in at a great rate. So I think she's going to be a very interesting mon in terms of builds, just seeing how her AI performs first. But yeah, she's definitely one I would recommend you guys picking up, regardless of what content that you're going to do, because this seems to be fairly useful thus far. Alright, so next up is the water version, and she looks awesome as well. She is a tank type, and she's coming in with 41k HP, 2.1k attack, and then 2.4k defense. Defense is a little bit low. One of the big issues with tanks is if you don't have a lot of defense but you have plenty of HP, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. So you definitely want to boost her lovely defense up here. But taking a look at the skills, defense down, 90% chance for 2 turns, and then she has a shield that lasts for 3 turns based off her own max HP. I'm down with that too. I mean, HP based shields are always fine because they're not percentage based, which percentage based shields, we don't really talk about those. So not only can she kind of debuff but she also just provides support to the squad, just the same as the fire one, just slightly different, as this one is purely defensive and not really, it doesn't add in that extra flair of boosting up their attack, which I did fail to state with the fire one. I do believe you can stack that up with attack up too, but correct me if I'm wrong, which is always Smiley Face Gaming here. But that's pretty much her kit. I mean, defense down is already pretty much covered in terms of Titans. For the Apophis, defense down doesn't do anything, so I mean, you could bring her in there for the shield, but it's none of my business whatsoever what you would do with that here. So this is just a standard Astromon. I don't really see anything amazing in regards to content like that, especially because this mon is exclusive. We have other mons like Water Shelly that do defense down just fine and is farmable for everyone. And when it comes to shields, there's just other Nat 5s, and I automatically think of someone like Dark Keep It, for example, who has a shield. Even though he may be archaic, he does come in handy as well here. But take a look at the skill books, if I can bring that up here. Defense down does receive a 15% damage boost, and it goes up to 100%, I do believe, for 3 turns. And then the HP based shield also receives a 25% recovery boost, meaning it's kind of more potent with the heals. But overall, I mean, this one's pretty average. There's nothing really spectacular about this skill kit whatsoever. Yeah, you can debuff the enemies and protect the squad, but this is been done before, and the other Astromon that can fill in these roles would arguably do it better because you need less investment overall. There is the dimensional golems that I'm forgetting about here. I guess you could bring her into there if you need a water-based shielder, because obviously they have the elemental advantage right there, and she does bring defense down into there. But I literally know no one that farms the dimensional golem dungeon. Like, no one. And then moving on next here, we do have the wood version of the lovely Beach Siren, defender type as well, coming in with 28k HP, 2.4k attack, and then 3.5k defense. This seems almost like copy and paste for the fire one. Could be wrong here, but let's take a look at the skills here. So for the 3-star skill, expose weakness, 100% chance to expose the enemy's weakness for 1 turn. This is great for kind of stacking up damage with your damage dealing Astromon, whether they're, lethal strikers or courageous strikers, even if you have Hunter or something, depending on what scenario you're bringing in that exposed weakness here. And then for the 5-star skill, 3-turn attack up. So this definitely reminds me of, I believe, is it Wood Minicat that has the same kit? But obviously Wood Minicat is in that 3. Not sure in regards to timing, or obviously healing performance, because she's not out yet, and no idea on her AI whatsoever if she heals immediately as soon as HP drops, or does she wait until everyone's about to die and be like, oh, I should actually heal, or does her SP bar get full and she's like, I'm dropping a heal right now. That is unknown at this point in time, but we'll see when she comes out here. So I mean, there is some usage if you wanted to kind of replace maybe Minicat in whatever setups that you have, because I believe I do rock some Wood Minicats in Titans, but that's pretty much it. So interested to see how that's going to go. I don't really think it's a big deal though. This isn't a game breaker. This isn't a game changer whatsoever either, which is a bit odd because I felt like the whole summer exclusive stuff should be coming for your money, but so far, outside of fire, my interest is very much waning here. But anyways, exposed weakness does receive a 20% damage boost and goes up to 2 turns instead of 1. Doesn't really matter because it should be taken up that next turn anyways, or during that same turn. Attack up receives a 20% recovery boost, and it gets a 10% passive skill effectiveness as well. So attack up gets a little bit more spicier, whatever that means right there. Honestly, just not worth the investment. Pulled up Minicat just for the hell of it, because why not? We're in the same part of the Astro guide for his element here. Exposed weakness and attack up. Obviously his stats in comparison, or its stats in comparison, is a lot more anemic than this one, but this is an exclusive Astromon that may or may not come back around here, so take that for what it is. He's obviously easier to skill book up as well. And yeah, I mean, just throwing that out there, could serve as a replacement for him. Could serve, allegedly. But we'll have to see how things go. Alright, and then keeping this trend running here, you guys, we do have the light version of Beach Siren. She is a balanced type coming in with 31k HP, 2.2k attack, and then 3k defense. Balanced. How in the hell is she balanced with a 2.2k attack stat and 3k defense? I would say she's a defender more than anything. She's like a defender with slightly lower defense than what I would imagine, and slightly higher HP. This isn't balanced whatsoever. Her attack stat is super low, but I don't make the game. I just judge the baby girls within it here. But let's take a look at the skills. So the 3-star skill is full buff breaker, 90% chance to dispel all enemies' enhancements, including shields and immunity. Great for PvP, obviously, and also great for the Apophis dungeon, which is probably where she's going to be used at the most if I end up pulling her. Then the attack up as well, just to help boost up my lethal strikers, is always a good time. PvP, I did state that before, you could bring her in there with the attack up, but I don't know. PvP is just a literally purse fest nowadays, so I don't really see a big change up with that. So pretty much just the Apophis dungeon right here, at least to me. But anyways, taking a look at the skill books here, full buff breaker does receive a 20% damage increase, and it's also increased to 100% chance, okay? An attack up does receive a 25% recovery boost, and once again the weird passive skill effectiveness goes up as well. I don't know why in the hell you would fully book up this Astromon though. It's up to you, it's none of my business here. But I don't know, it's overall a bit lackluster as a light Astromon, because we have other opportunities or other mons that we can get full buff breaker on, which isn't reliant on like exclusive mons whatsoever. And I mean, the attack up is great too, but in terms of, I guess, overall investment, if you don't pull her during this time frame, I wouldn't cry about it whatsoever. I mean, full buff breaker is great, attack up is great. There's obviously other mons that could do the same job for both of these, but wow. Alright, and then last but not least here, we do have the dark version of Beach Siren, who is an attacker type, coming in with 27k HP, 3.6k attack, and 2.7k defense. Dark Mon, you guys know the deal. She's obviously going to do more damage just because she's dark. Say no more, fam. Anyways, let's take a look at the skills. So for the 3-star skill, Courageous Strike, and then for the 5-star skill, Immunity for 3 turns. Interesting kit here. This is something that we've obviously seen before, not like the Courageous Strike and Immunity together, but the Courageous Strike on the 3-star skill and some other skill on the 5-star. So, I mean, her attack stat is pretty good. I would say her HP is pretty good. Like overall, all of her stats are pretty good. It's just, how useful will this Astromon be? I do believe, what is it, Jian Wuqi, there's Xiao Jing, who also have this same kind of skill setup to where they have their Courageous Strike on the 3-star skill and then whatever on their 5-star skill. But I do believe it's either Jian Wuqi or Xiao Jing. Maybe it's Jian? I could be wrong. One of them, however, I do believe have Weaken on their 5-star skill, which I guess you could argue is a little bit more useful. But she can also heal as well, so I don't know, very bizarre combination. I don't really see her performance being extremely like, you know, oh my goodness, this isn't something that we've ever seen before. I would probably say she's going to be on par with Jian Wuqi or Xiao Jing in terms of performance, so nothing to scoff at, especially if you came into the game later, you don't have a Dark Indra, but you want to replace the Dark Eves that you've gotten from the anniversary, which should be coming up in a couple months anyway. So this is a good upgrade from those. Once again, nothing groundbreaking, but it is an upgrade. It is a Dark Mon, and honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they just changed this and gave her Lethal Strike instead, because to me, I feel like Lethal Strike kind of fits more with what they've been going for in terms of the Astromon coming out nowadays, to gear players up towards like doing the Dimensional Golems and also the Apophis. But I could be wrong right here. But let's take a look at the skill books too, if I could actually pull it up here correctly. So Courageous Strike does receive a 25% damage boost, if I'm mathing correctly here, and then the whole immunity gets a 25% damage boost as well. I keep forgetting that she heals even though she's an attacker type, or allegedly she heals based off her skill description right here. Like, I wish MSO had like a, you know, kind of like a trial run of all the Astromon that you can choose from the Astro Guide right here, so we can see how she performs in battle without having to go in actual battle here. But anyways, that is the dark version in a nutshell right here. Since we're on the same tab anyways here, yeah, Jian Wuqi, he has attack down. Jormungandr has the defense down. Who am I missing? Okay, Xiao Jing has the weaken, 3.7k attack stat. Literally hear nothing. nothing about Dark Xiao Jing, Dark Jormungandr, or Dark Jian Wuqi. Literally nothing. And there's a reason why I don't hear anything about them, and I'm going to leave that up to you here. So once again, she just fits in another slot with these guys. Honestly, just go ahead and make her a lethal striker, dude. But that is the Beach Seiren right here, you guys. Feel free to leave in the comments below about what you guys think about her. Quick recap, obviously, I would say the Fire one is definitely high on my list just because of that attack down and offense and defense potency going on. I feel like that's going to be a very flexible mon regardless of what content that you're doing, just because we can stack those lovely skills up right here. Water one, I mean, I was stretching it. Dimensional golems, if you're interested in doing that, maybe you can be the first guy to, you know, focus on farming the dimensional golems versus regular golems, but I'm sticking to regular golems because I'm still on the hunt for some perfect gems. The wood one, that's Minicat right there. Minicat already exists, so if you want to replace Minicat, we'll have to see about timings. Could possibly work for you, but I don't think it's going to be a super big game changer. Light one, overall, once again, lackluster as a light exclusive mon. I don't make the game. Full buff breaker works out, attack up works out, but it's just another one for the books. And then the dark one, Courageous Strike. Once again, I would probably expect the same performance you get out of Dark Jian Wuqi, Dark Jormungandr, or freaking Dark Xiao Jing, but this is just one man's word on it. Now keep in mind, I'm still going to pull for them regardless. I got to go for the Asher guide. It's purely for the guide, and that's about it. But yeah, see ya.